up, my geeks and freaks? Big Girl Geek here with a brand new review. And today I'm here to review, as you can tell by my shirts, Spider-Man Far From Home. I just saw it today. Let's just jump right into this. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for Geek Out.
2, 1.
Alright, Spider-Man Far From Home. What did I think? What is my review? What are my thoughts on this amazing franchise? The continuation, this happens, the continuation of phase 3, I think. This takes place right after the events of Avengers Endgame. It doesn't really say like, a couple weeks have passed. They give no time frame, but still very fresh in the minds of the people on Earth, because we see at Peter Parker's school, his classmates that run the news program for the school, they are doing like a memoriam video, and they show Tony Stark, Captain America, Black Widow, and Vision as people that we have lost as viewers and characters in the movie. And so Tony Stark's presence is felt heavily through this film. And I don't know if I guess I didn't say it, but it will be in the title and it will be in the description, spoilers. So if you have not seen, before I go any further, if you have not seen Spider-Man Far From Home yet, please, this will contain spoilers, major spoilers, spoils everything. So yes, so we see that take place. We see Peter giving a press conference. Now, I don't know if you guys movie played it, but my movie did not play the scene that we see in the trailer where he's got the Iron Spider suit on, he's fighting someone, and he jokes with the cops that he's doing their job. Where was that scene? Guess it was cut in the final product, but I didn't get it in my movie theater. Let me know if you guys saw that scene. I didn't get it. So yes, we see Peter at school. They also explain excuse me. They also explain that there are kids in the school that have aged 5 years, and that the people that came back, which they call the blip instead of the snap from Thanos, they have not aged. So everyone in Peter's class apparently snapped. We saw JB Smoove was in it. They're going on a field trip, a summer field trip, but sponsored by the school somehow. I've never been, when school's out in the summer, school's out in the summer. Like this, either you're going to summer camp or you're staying home, or you're going on summer vacation with your family, never with the school. But okay, that's how they do it in Queens, I guess. And they're going to this abroad on this trip, and JB Smoove is the chaperone, along with I don't know the actor's name, but the teacher from the first one, from the science fair teacher. And we have Zendaya, we have Ned, we have Spider-Man, we have Flash. It's so weird calling him Flash in Marvel. It's so weird instead of DC. We have Flash. Some couple new students just to round out that don't really have speaking lines too much. We see a new guy competing, I can't remember his name, competing with Peter for the affections of MJ. So it's confirmed Zendaya is playing MJ. Suck on it. Haters gonna hate. It is what it is. It's too late. He's very much at the beginning of this movie. His plan for this summer trip is to give her a present and express his feelings and just come clean about his feelings for her. And it's very teenage awkwardness throughout the whole film. It's very much a coming of age story for Peter. He's 16 in this one. He's clearly over the first girl. Peter loves him some black girls. I'll tell you what. Because remember the first one, he loved him some black girls. Okay, Peter? I ain't mad at it. And he's very much a black girl, and he's just all about MJ. And this whole plan. It has very comedy in it. Ned gets himself a girlfriend for a little bit of time. And so while they're abroad, an elemental attacks, the water monster. And we see Mysterio. We actually meet Mysterio through the eyes of Nick Fury and Hill when they're tracking it. And it's very brief. They don't say much. He just stops the monster. And then, so when we get with Peter and the monster, he's, trying to fight it, but trying to keep his identity secret. Because he just wants to be a kid. He didn't even want to bring a suit. They snuck his suit in there at the last minute in his suitcase. He just wants to be a normal kid on vacation, trying to kiss the girl of his dreams. And so he runs into this elemental, the water elemental. He meets Mysterio. The news media dubs him the name Mysterio. His real name's Beck. He is very much, kind of taking over, replacing Tony Stark, giving Peter advice, things like that, helping him while they decide to all work together with Nick Fury and what's left of S.H.I.E.L.D. to stop these elementals. And I don't want to give too much away, even though it's a spoiler. It's a couple scenes where they fight different elementals. They fight a fire elemental monster, and through that, Peter just is like, he's so tired of missing out on his chance with MJ, fighting this guy for her affection, and he keeps messing up, and he decides that he doesn't want to be an Avenger. He just wants to be a normal kid because Tony had left him these glasses. Edith is the name of the artificial intelligence, and he left him a note saying, for the next Iron Man or whatever, and he decides to give those glasses and pass on everything to Mysterio. He thinks that the note was saying Peter, was supposed to find the next Iron Man, knowing that he wasn't going to be the next Iron Man himself because he couldn't handle it. He wasn't ready for it. He's just a kid. So he gives the glasses to Mysterio, and as soon as he leaves and Mysterio gets the glasses, we see everything was an illusion. The bar they were at was an illusion. The monsters are an illusion. Mysterio's an illusion with the help of other people that worked at Stark Industries. Mysterio worked at Stark Industries. Tony took his tech for the illusion tech that we saw in Civil War when he was showing like a flashback scene of him and his parents. He stole that, named it Barf, and that made Jake Gyllenhaal's character Mysterio upset. And when Iron Man died, they all came together. Everyone that Tony Stark wronged at the company has come together trying to get Edith away from Peter Parker, away from Spider-Man, to take over the world and to become more powerful than what's left of the Avengers. And everyone keeps saying the Avengers, where the Avengers, asking where the Avengers are, and we really don't get an answer to that. No one knows. They like I said, they did a in memoriam, and Captain America was on it, but he was old, so I guess he died of old age naturally. We don't get any of those answers. And coincidentally, Zendaya's character MJ and Peter go on this walk, and they find, and she tells them she knows he's Spider-Man. They find from the battle with the fire monster that it was all just an illusion. Peter then tries to go to Nick Fury and tell him what he's learned, but it was actually just Mysterio in disguise. Mysterio, they have this really great fight with all these illusions, and you see a dead Iron Man, and it playing on Peter's worst fears. And we see this great fight, and Peter gets hit by a train. He calls Happy for help, and they have a very emotional scene about how he can't do this, how he misses Tony, he can't live up to it, and Happy gets him back on the right track. Side note, Happy and Aunt May are in this relationship. Happy is falling in love with Aunt May. Aunt May thought it was more casual. There's a funny scene there. Anyway, and he builds a new suit, and he does the big battle with Mysterio. Mysterio ends up getting shot by his own drones because he used drones to create the illusions, and he dies. And Peter wins. He gets the girl. He kisses MJ. They all go home. 2 after credit scenes. First after credit scene, we see Peter swinging around the city on a date with MJ, swinging her around. She wasn't really feeling it. And then at the end, we see on the TV, like in Times Square or wherever in New York, a news report comes on. We see Jameson, his Spider-Man's boss, the original Jameson from the original Peter Parker, Tobey Maguire movies, say that he plays a clip from Mysterio, who recorded the fight with Peter, and says that Peter turned on him, killed him, and reveals that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. And then it ends with Peter in his suit going, "What the?" And it cuts off, just kind of like Aunt May in Homecoming was like, "What the?" when she found out, when Peter took off his mask and she saw that he was Spider-Man. Second end credit scene, we found out the whole time that Hill and Fury were actually the Skrull from Captain Marvel, and that the real Nick Fury was on a Skrull ship on vacation the whole time. So that ties that in. What does that mean for phase 4? So, I mean, that was the real money after credit scene. There was no thing that says, not that I saw, that like, Spider-Man will return in this movie or whatever. So, because this is supposed to be the end of that phase 3, I think, and then we move to phase 4. So, I thought the movie, I went with some people. My sister gave it a thumbs down. I gave it a thumbs up. I enjoyed the movie. There were some comedic moments. There were some jokes that fell flat. I mean, this is very much Peter Parker coming of age, very high school-ish, very high school problems mixed in with the superhero stuff. So yes, this is a coming of age teen story wrapped in this comic book world, in this broader Avengers thing. So if that's not your thing, be warned about that. I thought I enjoyed it. I thought that part was cute. I love Peter and MJ. They're iconic. You know, Face It Tiger. I mean, everyone. I love their story, and this is a different twist on it. This is the new story, different spin, and I enjoyed it. My daughter, of course, loves it. So I mean, the fight sequences I thought were really cool. He had 3 different Spider-Man suits in the movie. A lot of the same, flips and special effects and web slinging and all that. I think they could have displayed his super strength more. I mean, he did get hit by a train and live. But I think some more of the super strength I thought would have been cool. Tom Holland is amazing. He's the best. He's my favorite Spider-Man. He's the best Spider-Man. I think he's better than Tobey Maguire. I love him. Zendaya was, great. Zendaya, she has always been. Ned is great. The kids were great. Jake Gyllenhaal to me was okay. Sometimes I felt like he was phoning it in, but maybe that was just supposed to be his character. And then I felt something was off with Samuel L. Jackson's acting and the way he was doing Nick, because it all makes sense, because he really wasn't quote unquote Nick Fury. So if I had to grade this movie on a graded scale, I would definitely give it like a B plus, like a 89, 90-ish, B plus A minus. What did you guys think of Spider-Man Far From Home? I can't wait to discuss with you. Let me know in the comments, and until next video, I'm out of here. Big Girl Geek out. Peace.
Hey, where are you going? You just watched a cool video. Subscribe.